right, it is time, Rim Country, for the hometown movie guys, Craig, Andy, and Nathan, here in the studios at the Sawmill Crossing Theater Complex. That's right, and we are going to talk movies, whether you like it or not.
Oh, we like it.
We like it. We like it. We hope
that's
you
what
like
the
it.
audience does.
I know, whether you're listening or
But
watching.
you know, they tune in from all across the fruited plain, so they do like it.
Yes, that is right. Haven't seen Clifford, our hometown movie guy, #1 fan in Illinois.
Yep.
Southern Illinois. Clifford, yeah, Lane, and
Well,
so,
he's our #1 fan too, because he's the only fan that has driven 2,000 miles to see us.
that's right. When he came to visit, well, I think came to visit family, but hey.
He came to visit us, and the family was an aside.
He's like, I got to visit the hometown movie guys in KRIM. That's right, he did. He did make the journey. So, hey, talking movies today, where do you want to start, Andy?
I think we should start right away with the new Facehugger movie.
New Facehugger movie. And if you do not know what Andy is referring to, aliens.
Alien Romulus.
Romulus. And that starts today, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Nice.
1:15, 4:15, and 7:15.
Mm-hmm.
This one actually takes place just after the first one and before the second one. So
Okay.
this is kind of going back to 1977, 78 when the first one came out.
Wow, is it? No way. Really?
Well, it's not set
78?
that time, because isn't it like isn't it like 2900 that all this takes place?
Oh, yeah, but as far as
Yeah.
when the actual movies were
Yeah.
released. huh?
Yeah.
78 is when the first one was released, huh?
78,
It
77.
looks amazing
Yeah.
for 78.
It's Ridley Scott.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
It's just
because
incredible.
a lot of it, like he was getting arguments with people on set, being like, "Oh, the lighting's
79.
not good. You got to get the lighting up in this, or it's not going to look good." But all of the darkness and everything, it blended well to.
This is the gold standard for sci-fi horror.
Mhm.
Oh,
These
yes.
movies are, and especially on this one's rated R.
Mhm.
It's going to be violent.
Mhm.
You got these nasty aliens that grab onto your face and lay an egg in your chest and
Facehuggers, as Andy
facehuggers.
said. Yeah,
Yes,
facehuggers.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's these things are good. These are good films, and if you're into the sci-fi horror, this is it.
It's a lot different than hip huggers. You know, I thought hip huggers, face huggers, a lot
You're
different.
dating yourself.
So first one 79, and then the next one 86. So as far as those two movies,
Yes, I believe this
it's
one's
like in
set-
between those two, like as far as what's going on, what's
going on.
happening. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And so, are you excited to see this one, Andy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'll be in my seat prior to 1:15, waiting for the lights to go out.
Nice. And again, this one rated R. And let's see. I want to see how's what's the buzz been so far on this one.
They're expecting 70 million this weekend.
Yeah.
Which is a
Wow.
pretty solid opening.
And
Yeah.
then it has to have some confidence in your product. To be-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So already, what would you say, critics rating on this on Rotten Tomatoes? The percentage, what would you say?
Do critics not like horror films?
Generally.
It's Aliens, though.
It is
I'm
Aliens.
gonna go 78.
78,
I was gonna go 89.
71.
82. So
Yeah,
right in there, 82, and then the audience 88. So solid so far on Rotten Tomatoes. I love the on the cover, the poster. No wonder face huggers,
right.
because that's what's happening as it's
Yeah,
taking place.
Yeah.
Yeah, is a face is getting hugged.
It's a creepy little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would be bookier
miss
than
each other.
having some alien clamp on
Like your
your
face, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the one thing. It's like you got the fingers clamped on the face, but then the tail wraps around your neck too. You imagine that just gets tighter the more you kind of get a finger off here.
No, and the actors in this one, who do we
Who
have
knows?
in here? Who knows?
Yeah.
There we go. You just know.
Starring the alien.
Yeah.
Starring the
Starring the
alien
alien, the
and
alien.
starring the face hugger making his debut.
Yeah.
So, what is this, the 5th or 6th?
Oh, it's more than that.
I think it might be the
Alien film.
7th one, because there was the before this one, well, hold on.
Well, we had
Aliens, 1, 2,
versus
3,
Predator.
Alien Resurrection, Alien vs. Predator 1 and Requiem, and then Prometheus, and then Alien,
Yeah.
what was that other Alien one that came out
It is-
recently?
It is the 7th. Yeah.
They had the Alien versus Predator when they were in Colorado.
I don't think they count those ones. Do they
Why?
count those ones?
Oh, they should, Predator's in it. Or
Yeah.
Alien, rather, Alien.
Yeah.
It's an alien movie, it's got Alien.
So I think the 3 is Aliens 1, 2, well, Aliens 3, Resurrections, Alien vs. Predator, Alien vs. Predator Requiem, Prometheus, and then the one that just came out, the last Alien one.
Gotcha. Yeah, there are 7. So yeah, 7 is what it says.
It's
Yeah.
quite the successful franchise.
Yeah, doing
Absolutely.
good.
I've enjoyed, I don't think there's one I've not fully enjoyed. Like, there's parts that I'm like, this one isn't as good, but they're all, like, enjoyable and fun.
Yeah, and they're all, quite serious in terms of their production values and everything. This is the best technically that Hollywood can put out.
Yeah, they usually set records on, like, Alien Resurrections had like the most complicated puppeteering of its time, with the most hydraulics in its face and stuff like that, for that like weird human hybrid. So usually they're jumping leaps and bounds with that sort of stuff, trying to make sure that
Well,
the best
and,
of the best.
and speaking of setting records, another movie still in Sawmill Theaters, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
And wow, hitting some records, some milestones.
So it's still going strong.
Still going strong, right? Wow.
Fun stuff. Again, another R-rated film.
Yeah.
Lots of blood, lots of language.
Lots of
Mhm.
language.
And just hilarious, though.
Fun laughs throughout the
It's a
whole
good
thing.
time. Yeah, it's a good time, though.
Oh, it is. Really.
Yeah, plenty of blood, none of it serious.
Yes. Yeah.
And,
Nobody's crying while bleeding.
Yeah, and the top grossing R-rated film of all time now.
Hooray!
Wow.
Yeah, over $1 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, and so
Worth it.
only 2 films,
I mean, they had to use everything that got close to the record to build up to this, because it's like Deadpool, Deadpool 2, and Logan are right there in the top 5 as well.
Mhm.
Those kind of really feed into this.
This is Disney making a comeback.
I think so.
They've had a couple of rough years, or a few rough years. And this year, though, they've come back.
Yeah.
I think so.
Inside Out, kind of started this whole summer off. Disney, Pixar, and then with Deadpool.
Yeah,
So,
$2
Yeah.
billion movies
Yeah.
from one
Yeah.
studio,
I
is,
mean-
that's something.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they're looking, going into the winter time too, there's some good stuff coming up. Moana 2, Mufasa,
Mhm.
this looks incredible. So yeah,
Yeah.
there's some good stuff coming up.
It's pretty wild that only 2 rated R movies have grossed over $1 billion, but
Joker.
domestically and internationally, Joker,
Joker, yeah.
and now
That's-
Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's another one. We've got a Joker 2 coming up in October.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
Wow.
That one's gonna be really fun.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Mhm.
And Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah, that's right. She's playing
Harley Quinn.
Harley
Oh,
Quinn.
Have you guys watched that trailer? Have you seen?
No,
Have you seen? There's a scene where she's talking to him while he's like in jail, and so there's like glass, a prison glass.
Mhm.
You see, like she draws like a little smiley face with lipstick on the glass, and then it pans perfectly to line up with his mouth, and it's just a beautiful shot. It makes me very excited for that movie.
Mm.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there's, potential even, for some bigger ones later in the year
Well,
here.
the theater industry was hit hard, of course, by COVID.
Yeah.
We were
strikes.
shut down, and then we had a writer's strike and an actor's strike that backed everything up another 4 or 5 months.
And that's-
But what I'm seeing is we're caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The product's coming strong now, and it's a good product.
Yeah. Here's what I like. So Rotten Tomatoes for Deadpool and Wolverine, what do you say, what do you think the audience score is on this?
98.
98?
For some reason, something's telling me it's closer to 78, and I don't know why.
I'm going with
Okay.
I
98.
think there are some Marvel haters.
Yeah, Nathan, well, you were thinking critics because you nailed the critics. 78 is what the critics
Oh,
say,
yeah.
95 the audience. So the highest grossing R-rated film of all time, and the critics rated 78.
Well, they don't like R-rated films.
Yeah.
Well, that and I will say this this movie itself too was also affected by that writer strike too.
Yeah.
Like there were a lot of other previous ideas. Like there was a version of the script where Kang was one of the main villains, but Marvel and Disney went away from all that, all the Kang stuff with everything that's happened.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. Marvel's back for sure. I mean, they just brought back Robert Downey Jr. to play Doctor Doom.
That's
Yeah.
a replacement for Kang.
And
And they were
they-
gonna have Kang as a villain, and now they're going Doctor Doom.
And they brought back the directors of both Infinity War and Endgame to do the next two Avengers films as well.
Yeah.
So it just seems like we're ready to rock and roll on superhero films again.
Yeah, but that just, I mean, highlights to me, like, you know, you've talked about, Andy, the critics, and, you know, not about maybe the popular films or the films that people enjoy and will flock to and set records. They're looking at the cinematography and, you know, the
Yeah, character development and
character
stuff,
development
yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah, they don't really seem to judge that whole entertainment value.
No.
They've done that for a long time.
No, I think it's just because they're bored always. The critics.
Yeah,
Well, and I have the sense too that the critics are not writing for the public, they're writing for the accolades from the other critics. And
Yeah.
part of it, you can see in their writing that, you know, if you read, as I do sometimes, you sit down and read 5 or 6 or 7 reviews of a movie. And folks, I never do that before I see the movie. Don't contaminate my mind. But they'll, forgot where I was going.
But you're saying that you think that the critics probably just write reviews for each other, and you
Oh,
can
yeah,
tell when
yeah.
you're reading it that
Yeah.
they're all kind of saying the same things.
Well, and they're trying to out snark one another.
Very snarky,
Yeah.
yeah, they're very
You know,
snarky.
they make, and some of it is, I mean, is just brutal and unfair.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, it might be a little unfair, maybe another movie in theaters, Borderlands, where, critics
I
were
watched it
very
last night.
harsh. Yeah, what did you think?
Okay, so my
When it starts like that.
Yes.
That's
My-
a bad sign.
Yeah.
my girlfriend's a very big Borderlands fan, so
Okay.
she's been excited for this movie for a year.
Okay.
Luckily, though, I managed to talk her out of having high expectations, so she went in with extremely low expectations.
Yes, okay.
Said she wasn't a big fan, but she enjoyed it more than she thought she would.
Because she had low expectations.
Because I lowered those expectations
yeah.
nice and low. But I will say, I found it very fun. I found it enjoyable. I like being able to see some of the weird creatures on the screen from the games. That all looked good. Like visually, you could tell they spent $120 million on the movie.
Wow, so Andy, let's talk numbers. If they spent $120 million
that's not
on the movie.
That was a big mistake.
Before marketing.
So where are they at the box office, Borderlands?
19 million bucks.
Can I tell you,
not
I
funny.
enjoyed watching it. It was really funny. There's a lot of cool visual parts. There were also a lot of bad visual choices, in my opinion, as well. But like, I really enjoyed, what's her name from Freaky Friday? I haven't seen her in a movie in
Jamie Lee
so long.
Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. I haven't seen her in something in so long. I loved seeing her in this movie. It was fun just to have her play a weird character.
Kate Blanchett, Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
It's got a great
So-
cast to it. Yeah, I know for a while it was at 6%.
Yeah.
Kind of the discussion.
It was
Never,
at
I think
zero.
I've seen one
Ooh,
that
it
low
produced-
before.
Yeah,
It's-
no, it's in
it's
discussion
at
for
10
worst
now.
movie. Oh, 10.
It started at 0,
Yeah.
and then it got up to
They're
like
talking
4.
this might be the worst movie of the year, but
Yeah.
people have seen it. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun. It's kind of fun. I think if you're not expecting like, oh, I'm about to go watch the new Borderlands movie and I'm so excited for Borderlands, it's good. One of my favorite parts is how in every scene Kate Blanchett is in, she's got to like have like a standing pose. Like every time her legs are spread, her knees are bent, and she's got a hip forward or an arm up or something. And every single shot you can watch and make sure at home too. 'Cause
So this will make you feel a little bit better, Nathan. Lionsgate was conservative with its marketing spend, so
Good.
only 30 million on marketing and distribution. So
Yeah.
the 120, 115, 120 to make it, and so they're in like 150. So
Yeah.
you know,
Still not doing very.
No,
Not gonna make it back. Definitely not
What-
getting a sequel.
What is that? Smoking a Bandit, long way to go and a short time to get there. I don't think though they're gonna do what they said can't be done. But,
Oh, see what he did there?
yeah, but wow. So yeah, when you look up Borderlands box office, the first thing that comes up is bomb. Box office bomb. So yeah, unfortunately for this one.
Well, even the fans of Borderlands weren't very. They're like we can get past it, but Kevin Hart doesn't look like the character he's playing at all, and we can get past it, but Kate Blanchett's character is like 20 in the games, and I don't know how old she is in the books.
She's not.
Or
Well,
in
she's
the-
not
in the-
20
in
in
the
real
game-
life.
in the
I think
movie?
she's 55.
And
Yeah.
and in the movie, she's like playing next to people who are like, oh yeah, even though that as actresses we are probably the same age, your mother used to talk about you so often, and I remember when you were a little girl, and it's like you guys are the same age. Jamie Lee Curtis and Kate Blanchett are probably the same age.
Wow. So Borderlands. You know, hey, I would see it just so you can say, you know, wow, I
Potentially
saw it.
watch
And,
the worst
you know,
movie of the year.
Yeah, PG-13, 2:30, 5 o'clock, 7:30 showtimes. And as you said, Nathan, you enjoyed it. You
Yeah, it
didn't
was
have-
fun.
Yeah, you're not a Borderlands fan. You're
Well,
not-
I do enjoy the games, but I'm not like a hyper fan.
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
gonna be upset if they don't do it right or anything like
Yeah.
that. But like it was fun. Like Jack Black made me laugh like a few
Mhm.
times, pretty genuinely.
Yeah, with that
But
cast,
it was because
I
it
would
was,
think.
but it wasn't. I think it was more of less because like Kevin Hart really didn't shine. Like he didn't drop any jokes that I'm like, oh my gosh, look at Kevin Hart making a joke, and Jack Black didn't either. It just was. Some of the timing that they were trying to get bad jokes out on was just perfect and funny. And I'm like, even if this was not very well written, you managed to hit my funny bone.
That's Lionsgate is gonna be sweating here. They've got The Crow coming out next week.
Oh, hopefully. Oh, yeah.
That's another one that has the
People aren't-
potential, it could be really good or it could bomb. That's
People-
another, it could bomb.
So I think it will do better than this one.
Yes.
And that's not saying
Well,
much though.
yeah,
I think that's a
right.
pretty safe bet.
I think it's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah. And I
yeah.
don't think they'll spend nearly as much on The Crow as they did on Borderlands.
I wonder what,
But also, so the big fans, people who are big fans of The Crow, aren't happy that they're remaking it because they think that what was made was amazing and perfect and doesn't need to be touched.
Absolutely. The only reason why you should do a remake
Mhm.
is if you can make it better than the original.
Which I think because of some of the sort of things that happened when they were making that movie, they didn't get their initial vision completed because of the tragic passing of whatever his name is.
Brandon
Lee.
Brandon
Brandon
Lee.
Lee, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I think I like the Skarsgård guy. I think he's a great actor. I loved it. He's the guy who plays It, and I think that hopefully it could be a good movie. I don't think it is looking bad.
So.
No, I think they're trying, and
Yeah.
I think they've got the talent to do it.
Yeah.
But it's always an uphill climb when you've got an iconic movie
With a
and then-
tragedy attached.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah, and then
fighting
you make it-
against
And
You're
it.
making it
some of
again.
that, some of that iconic part though too is it was such a kind of weird, sort of quirky little movie too.
Yeah,
you know? And,
yeah.
The first Highlander,
Mm.
you know, Christopher Lambert, that with Sean Connery,
Mhm.
same type of thing, where it was just this kind of weird, quirky movie, and I don't know how you could remake it, you know,
Yeah.
and get that same,
Yeah.
kind of oddness to it.
Well, speaking of remakes and going to another movie that's in theaters, because as you
What?
said,
What?
why, if you're gonna remake a movie,
Oh.
it must be better than the first one. Well, Twisters. Twisters, I think, is a, wonderful example of a movie. It is a remake, it's not a part two, it's
Right,
not
it's
a
a remake.
prequel,
Yep.
it's a remake. And boy, people have really enjoyed this movie. It's
Yeah.
done
Yes, done
great.
great. Yeah, it's done great.
I have a 14-year-old stepson with
Mhm.
a low attention span who plays a lot of video games,
Mhm.
and he said he enjoyed it.
Wow.
So that is a raving review. It's practically a
go.
92 on Rotten Tomatoes.
It is, yeah, Rotten Tomatoes 91 right there. And, yeah, and Andy, you enjoyed this
Oh,
movie.
yeah,
Great review.
I liked it a lot. And I thought they were respectful of the original.
Mhm.
And I think they did just a bang-up job. Not quite as great as the original, in my opinion, but it's close. I think I gave it 4.
Mhm.
And if I'd have been doing reviews and back in those days, I would have given Twister 5. But it's a very good movie, and instead of having the magic cow that everybody remembers. Yeah, that was so cool in the first one.
Yeah.
In this one, they have a tornado of fire that is pretty dark.
Whoa.
That one is cool, but, and also the chicken.
Oh, yeah, the chicken was
The chicken
great.
was great. Yeah. So this one, financially, a
Oh,
success.
yeah, no, it
Yes.
is a success. They spent a lot of money on it. They spent 155 million, I think, on this one. But it's brought in 315.
Yeah.
So by my reckoning, it is profitable.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I would say too. Even if it is, even if you say that what they spent on marketing is exactly what they spent on the budget, they still made $5 million.
Yeah.
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 It's a tale of two movies. They got
Yeah.
Borderlands and Twisters,
Yeah.
about the same amount on both of them, and
Ooh.
one
Yeah.
made it and one didn't.
Yeah.
One didn't, and the cast. Wow, because again, you go back to the cast in Borderlands.
Oh yeah.
Joe, stellar cast.
Stellar
I-
cast. And then Twisters.
Ooh, you've got a B or a C lister in Glenn Powell,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody else is who are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Glenn Powell,
I think he's getting up to A there.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
on his way.
yeah,
He's on
I
his
would
way.
put him as an A now.
I think
after
Twister's got him up
he had
there.
two big hits this year.
Mhm.
There was the rom-com, Anyone But You,
Yeah.
which unfortunately I missed somehow.
Mhm.
Must have been a busy week that week. But that did very, very well, and extremely profitable. And this one is popular as well. And I didn't realize anything about the guy, but he has a great screen presence.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, he's definitely, said he's pushing towards that A list.
Yeah.
This guy's definitely an up-and-comer.
He
Yeah.
is. And Twisters, again, still in Sawmill Theatres, PG-13, 12:45, 3:45, 6:45 are the show times.
Yep.
And,
And I think people ought to get out and see that.
Yep.
It's a good one.
It's
And-
worth it.
And PG-13,
Yeah.
so, you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
don't have to get into, we
Nope.
have a couple of R-rated movies.
yeah,
that
no
are-
nudies in there, and no,
No
anything real sexual.
Yeah, I don't think any of our movies are nudies right
No.
now.
No,
No, so, yeah, Twisters, still in theaters.
we used up all the nudies with Poor Things.
Yeah. If you're looking for a kids movie, Harold and the Purple Crayon in theaters, rated PG, 12 o'clock, 2:30 show times. How has this one been?
When people come
Okay.
out, they say that they're having a good time. I've been
Yeah.
asking people as they come out of the movie, oh, what do you think? And they're like, oh, it's fun, the kids liked it, we liked
Mhm.
it, yeah.
So
That's
here,
good.
yeah, here it is. Audience score 92%.
Whoa, what?
92% audience score. So I think
That's
they're
crazy.
having a good time. Critics 26.
Wow, what is this
that's one of
movie?
the biggest gaps I think I can remember, because maybe I've seen you see 50, and that's pretty extreme. This is
70?
66.
66.
So it's that
Whoa.
entertainment value that critics don't look at, that entertainment value.
Yeah, 'cause
wow, they
that's-
saw almost no entertainment value. I mean,
Wow.
nothing in this one.
That's what the people are saying, is like,
Yeah.
they're saying they're enjoying it, they're saying they're having fun.
There
They're
you go.
saying it's a fun kids
Yeah.
movie.
When you go see a movie like this, which is probably aimed at 5 and 6-year-olds,
Mm-hmm.
you have to channel your inner 5-year-old.
Yes.
And I have no problem.
You have no
with
problem
that
at all. Yeah.
I catch
Well,
them running around throwing popcorn.
Yeah, it's like, Andy, come on, you're a movie critic.
Sit down,
Like-
sit down.
Well, I know you would probably be running around because of Zoe Deschanel.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, and
I'm glad to see her back on the screen again. It's
Yeah.
good for her.
Alfred Molina in this one as well, Zachary Levi. So yeah, it's good
Yeah,
to
it's
see.
not like they don't have a good cast.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's a movie for small kids
Uh-huh.
is different than a movie for grown-ups. That's all there is to it.
As it should be.
Yes,
Critics should
absolutely.
only be judging the grown-up movies.
Yeah.
I think we need to hire child critics.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, we need to
They
send
have
some
cheap-
like 14-year-olds who are really good at reading books and writing book reports. Go
Yeah.
watch this kid's movie.
Yeah,
Pick
pick
a
with
12
candy and
Exactly.
popcorn, you know, and there you go. Two other movies at the theaters, The Firing Squad, rated PG-13, showtime's noon at 7:30. And did you get a chance to see that one, Andy?
Nope, did not.
No.
Good cast, though. Kevin Sorbo and Cuba Gooding Jr.
Mm-hmm.
This is really kind of a heart-wrenching film, but it's a
It's a faith-based movie.
faith movie.
Tears and eyes, everybody who comes out. Everybody who comes out's crying.
Oh, yeah, has it done pretty
It's
good?
good, yeah, no, these
Good.
types of films do really well in pacing.
Yeah,
Definitely better in pacing than they do nationally.
gotcha. Yeah, Rotten Tomatoes, critics, doesn't even have a rating, 76 audience. But
The critics didn't even.
critics were like, we don't want to even see this. But no, doing good here in Payson, and that one, faith-based film, true story, based on a true story of 3 Christian prisoners who face execution in a third world country, how their joy in Christ results in a stunning conclusion. So, wow, sounds like it could be or is a powerful film.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, when you're faced with execution, sometimes your thoughts turn to the eternal.
Well, it gets real
Yeah,
quick.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And then the final film in the theater right now playing is It Ends With Us,
This is the,
rated PG-13.
This is the
Reynolds family.
second Black.
Black Lively? Black Lively? Black Lively.
the Reynolds household.
Blake
is-
Lively.
Yeah, the Reynolds household is very happy right now.
It's killing
It's,
it. Blake Lively's in
Blake
two
Lively
movies.
and Ryan Reynolds are number 1 and number 2 in the country right now.
Yeah. And
Whoa.
With their films, yeah.
she's in 2 movies that are playing at the theater currently,
Mhm.
and that happens occasionally, but it doesn't happen very often.
You know what it reminded me of?
What?
John Krasinski having 2 films that he wrote and directed in movie theaters this year at
Yes,
the
just
same
recently.
time.
Yeah.
2 extremely successful films, very impressive.
Yeah.
But the Reynolds family is making sure that they're known too. Krasinski's got to watch out.
Yeah.
There's even some hints in the atmosphere that Ryan Reynolds wrote some of the script for the Blake Lively's movie, which, by the way, the title is not
It
Blake
Ends With
Lively.
Us.
Yeah, It Ends With Us. It's
Yeah.
not- The title is not Blake Lively's movie.
No, but wow, again, rated PG-13, 115, 415, and 715.
I'll bet you
And,
this did really well with the critics.
Okay, what would you guess?
I'd
Critics?
say 88.
88.
I know a little bit more backstory than I think he does,
Okay,
so I'm going to say
probably do.
68.
68,
86.
86, 57.
Oh, no.
57,
I can
but
give you
the
that
audience,
backstory.
again, the audience, 92.
This
So,
is
Oh.
based
go
on-
with the audience.
This is based on books.
Yeah,
So,
phenomenal.
so the author of the
Mhm.
books, apparently there is a little bit of a, social issue with, I guess she writes in very accepting of physical abuse and like, what's like domestic violence and that sort of thing.
Ooh.
And apparently she's also written in ways that are very like excusing of men being extremely forward in sexual advances and
like 50 Shades of Grey type stuff?
less of like I'm gonna hurt you and more like this isn't consensual. And apparently she's written like that, and apparently some people it's rubbed the wrong way. And this story, this Blake Lively story, It Ends With Us, is about domestic violence. But I do think that the end conclusion of it is a positive one, I do believe, in that aspect. But that is why the critics aren't enjoying this movie, because they want to cancel the author for those sort of writings. So that is why the critics
okay.
wouldn't like it.
Jeez, critics ought to stick to the movies and not all the side
Social stuff, yeah, but that's actually what they're writing for. They're writing for the social credit, and they're writing for all of that. So it's more of a political thing for most of these people than it is about a movie thing anyways.
Not me.
Yeah, not me neither. But I will say, I did talk to one of my coworkers who's a little bit younger, probably a little bit lower attention span. You know, one of the TikTok kids. She watched Ends with us, and she said that she had to leave because she couldn't. All of the tension building moments. She said she didn't feel the tension and would just start laughing, and so she's like, I can't watch the movie. But that is probably that TikTok generation. That's probably just it. That's probably just because of them.
Yeah.
But apparently, you should look out for it. There might be a lack of chemistry.
TikTok generation, that's not you?
No, that's not me. I'm not. I don't even have TikTok downloaded on my
He's
phone.
older than me.
Yeah, I think he's talking about some of the younger kids.
I know.
I ride on the edge, but also I have
How
twin
old are you?
babies, so I'm basically 40.
You're not 40, Nathan.
Yes, I'm 23. I was born in 2001. Very embarrassing.
Wow.
So what are you, Gen Y?
I sit on the cusp, so I think I'm technically Gen Y. Gen Y, Z, one of those two. But also, I don't care. I sit very much on the cusp. I think millennials end in 97, and then there is like a little bit of a gap where I'm like, you really don't fit into either space properly. I think I definitely, as a kid, experienced more 90s things than I did 2010s things. Does that make sense?
That's why you're,
Yeah, that's why I can sit down on a
You can
movie
sit down
and
and
feel
talk with
emotional
adults.
tension.
Yeah, well, I think because of your personal responsibilities, that gives you a lot of maturity, so.
Yes, that as well.
There you go. That is good. So it ends with us. Yeah.
See Blake
PG-13.
Lively.
See Blake Lively.
Go watch it.
Another one's done great.
There you go.
Also, it looks
Go
very
see,
pretty.
go see Deadpool, see Blake Lively.
Yeah.
But you don't
And-
get to see her, actually.
Blake Lively double
And
feature.
then also Aliens, Romulus, starting today.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Face hugger time.
Yeah, that's
The
gonna be
Crow.
fun.
We got The Crow next week.
Okay.
Then in 2 weeks, Reagan,
Reagan.
Oh, yes,
That
Reagan.
should be really good.
autobiography type.
Yeah.
Autobiography, I guess, of Ronald Reagan with Dennis Quaid.
Yeah.
I like that actor.
Yeah, and apparently they've done a pretty straight up and down deal on it. It's not
Yeah.
some kind of a hatchet job.
No, it's good. It's good.
Did Madam Web come out this year? Sorry for the quick pivot.
Last year.
Last year.
Yeah,
Okay. I was hoping that maybe Borderlands wouldn't win, but
Mm.
they might get the trophy.
Yeah. And also, just want to thank Sawmill Theatres, Craig, and everyone involved with the inaugural Rim Country Western Film Festival.
Yeah, it was Film Festival.
So that was
We had fun with
a
that,
great
and,
time. Yeah.
We plan on moving forward with that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And big thank you to Bob Bosbell for his participation and everything he did with that
We
the
had some
festival.
cool stories there. and,
Yep.
It says Artists of the Rim was one of the
Yeah.
sponsors.
Yep, Rim Country,
Oh, the
Rim
paintings
Country
are
Artists,
very pretty.
and also the Rim Country Regional Chamber of Commerce,
Mhm.
along with Sawmill Theatres.
Yay.
Yeah, so it's first of many more to come.
We hope so, yeah.
There we go. Well, hey guys, time to get back to the music here on KRIM, some Spin Doctors, Pretenders, and more. But first, let's get an update from the National Weather Service. And you guys have a great weekend.
How come you play the
With this morning's KRIM
Pretenders,
weather forecast
but you
for
don't
incidents
play